which coaching change one has the biggest expectations and could have the biggest impact for this year?
Well, I think the obvious answer is Brian O'Connor, so I'm going to take it.
Low
Just a
hanging fruit.
Go
low
ahead,
hanging
take it.
fruit.
Man, he went on a limb on that one.
Yeah, Hall of Fame coach. Anytime you get a Hall of Fame coach who's really still in his prime, O'Connor started so young. He's been at this, as a head coach now for more than 2 decades, and he's still got a lot of good baseball left. I mean, that was an absolute grand slam for Mississippi State. A guy that's won a national championship, has been to Omaha a bunch of times, has a proven track record as a talent evaluator and developer and motivator. He checks every single box. And I'm going to go also to Georgia Tech, where James Ramsey takes over now for Danny Hall. First time in over 30 years that Danny Hall hasn't been leading Georgia Tech into the season. But you know what? This is the guy that has been groomed for this job. James Ramsey has been his number 2 guy for a while now. It's kind of been the heir apparent. Couldn't be more ready for this. I mean, heading into the season, they knew that it was going to be Danny Hall's last year. I think that really helps. It gives them an advantage of having a full extra season to kind of prep him for that job.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think 2 stand out. The first, Tennessee, obviously, with Tony Vitello, taking the San Francisco Giants managerial job. They decided to, wisely, I feel like, to promote Josh Elander to head coach. A lot of people are going to look at this and go, hey, Tony's gone, Frank Anderson's gone. This guy's in a really tough spot. But Josh Elander, learned the ropes from Tony. He learned the ropes from Jim Schlossnagle, learned the ropes from Dave Van Horn. It's a pretty good trio. So I think Josh Elander is about as ready as an assistant possibly could be. And I think the other one for me is Virginia with Chris Pollard. I just feel like Virginia is one of those teams that we didn't have them ranked in the top 25 for good reason, I think. But they're also one of those teams, I think, at the end of the year that it could look a little foolish because Chris Pollard took Duke to 4 NCAA Super Regionals. That's not easy to do. I'm kind of fascinated, not only this year, but just moving forward to see what Pollard can do at a place with elite facilities in Charlottesville, at a place that they're, putting a significant amount of money into college baseball. Man, that's a cool hire. I think Chris Pollard really has done one of the all-time best jobs in college baseball history with what he did at Duke.
Yeah, that Duke program that hadn't been to a regional in 6 decades before he got there, and he took him to 4 supers. It's incredible. The amount of resources at his disposal now, so much higher at Virginia. And as much as we talked about O'Connor being a grand slam, hire for Mississippi State, the same is true for Virginia with Chris Pollard. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
the perfect hire, an absolute, no brainer.